Good afternoon. We are live in Abuja and it is nationwide. I am Ogochkuka Ona. Welcome. The Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 4, Makurdi AIG Zachariah Achinya, has paid an on-the-spot assessment visit to the Borno Police Mobile Force base in Makurdi, Benue State, following a fire incident at the facility. In a statement signed by the Zonal Public Relations Officer, ASP Ayo Martins, the AIG was received on arrival by the Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, alongside the Commanding Officer, 13 Police Mobile Force, Makurdi. During the inspection of the affected base, the AIG expressed concern over the incident and consequently directed the Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, to immediately commence a diligent and thorough investigation to unravel the circumstances surrounding the fire incident. The AIG further reassures members of the public that the situation has been brought under control and urges them to remain calm and continue with their lawful activities as adequate security measures are in place. And now the Police Service Commission has issued a stern warning to cyber cafes and recruitment agents allegedly extorting applicants seeking to enlist into the Nigerian Police Force. A statement by the Commission says its attention has been drawn to disturbing reports of illegal charges running into 15,000 naira and above being demanded by some cyber cafes and middlemen who falsely claim that the money is shared with the Commission and other government agencies. In a firm rebuttal, the PSC stresses that recruitment into the Nigerian Police Force is absolutely free, warning that no applicant is required to pay a dime at any stage of the application process. Prospective applicants are therefore advised to avoid third-party handlers and personally submit their applications through the official portal www.npfapplication.psc.gov.ng to prevent falling victim to fraudsters. The Commission cautions that anyone caught extorting applicants under any guise will be prosecuted in accordance with the law. Victims and members of the public are urged to report such illegal demands to the nearest police station or directly to the Commission via the WhatsApp number on the screen. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, through the Department of Child Development, has carried out a rescue and monitoring operation involving adopted children within the FCT, some of whom were reportedly brought in from Benue State. This is as it intensifies efforts to protect vulnerable children. Hawa Gimba takes it up from here.
The Capital Territory Administration has sealed an orphanage in Kagini, Buari Area Council, following allegations of illegal child movement and adoption. The action followed a joint rescue operation aimed at protecting vulnerable children. The Divine Hope Orphanage and Less Privileged Home was shut down after preliminary investigations by the Child Development Department of the FCT Women Affairs Secretariat revealed suspected irregularities in the care, movement, and adoption of children. Authorities say the proprietress, Mrs. Grace Ebele Chibuzo, allegedly absconded with unspecified number of children to an unknown location without official approval. Director of Child Development, Dr. Idris Atta, who led the operation, disclosed that the orphanage is linked to a recent case involving 4 siblings illegally moved from Ado in Nasarawa State to Gwagwalada FCT. The children aged between 2 and 11 were rescued and reunited with their biological parents the same day.
This home is under investigation. We have invited her severally. She refused to turn up. And we're calling on the resident of the FCT or anyone that knows her to tell her to report at the Child Development Department, FCT Women Affairs Secretariat.
The facility has been sealed amid findings of alleged collaboration. The FCT administration assured the public that efforts are ongoing to locate the missing children and apprehend all suspects. It also called on residents with useful information to report to security agencies or the FCT Child Development Department, while reiterating its commitment to safeguarding child rights across the territory. Hawagimba, NTA News.
And still staying here now, some residents of Ogun State are expressing diverse opinions on their understanding of Nigeria's new tax regime and its implications on the socio-economic lives of citizens. Lekon Agbonde, who went round town to feel the pulse of the people, now reports.
Government and other stakeholders have been making concerted efforts to sensitize Nigerians on what the new reform is all about and its impacts on the economy.
From my study of that tax reform, it is going to make life better for the average Nigerian, for the ordinary Nigerian, for the middle income earners in Nigeria.
This is bringing together the whole taxes that we are going to pay, and at the same time it's correcting the anomalies in such a way that people that are earning little are paying big.
Despite this, a lot still needs to be done in terms of sensitization of Nigerians because people are apprehensive, especially with rumors, hearsays and fake news flooding the social media about the reforms, while some POS operators in Abeokuta are still not clear about the policy.
We need more enlightenment, we need more education.
So I don't understand anything yet about it. That's the only thing I can see.
Things continue to unfold. It is expected that knowledge will increase on the part of the people. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
All right, let's now link up with Lekon Live in Abeokuta for more on the new tax regime, which took effect from the 1st of this month, that is January 2026. So Lekon, since the announcement of the new tax regime by the president, a lot has been said and is still being talked about. So tell us, what can you tell us about the situation from that end, and how aware are the people from there too?
Yes, thank you very much. In Abeokuta, no, it's no more. It's no more news that the new regime has commenced, and the regime that are bring significant changes in the whole setup, in which the Federal Inland Revenue is now being replaced by Nigerian Revenue Service, with a lot of changes that will bring significant impact in national economy. On the basis of individuals, it shows that the higher you earn, the higher the amount of taxes you pay, and vice versa. And this is telling us that Nigerians are ready. But one thing that is noticeable here in Abeokuta is that people are still apprehensive. They are still not clear of what the situation is going to be in the nearest future. But for those who really understand what this new regime is all about, they are happy and they are eager to see the manifestation and the impact that this will have on the economy, because businesses that are not that very big who are being protected by this new law. And these are the reasons why those who have really understood what it really means have been saying that maybe it should have commenced even before now. And also, what I said earlier on was that a lot of people still don't understand it, and that is why we want to suggest that those agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of sensitizing members of the public should do more by constantly and continuous sensitization of Nigerians, to let them know the nitty-gritty of what this law is all about. and it will be a win-win situation for every party, the government, the people, and the economy will blossom with this kind of the trend in our national economy. And that is why those who are saddled with this responsibility, if they play their role very well, if they sensitize the people, people will understand what the law is all about.
Thank you very much, Lekon. So many narratives out there, those who know and those who don't know. So thank you. It's going to be a win-win for all of us, and we'll be happier for it at the end of the day. Thank you so much for your contribution, Lekon in Abeokuta. All right, and from Abeokuta, we cross over to Lagos, and Adejoke Odeka is there. Hello, Adejoke, you are on. All right, and from Adejoke.
And welcome to Lagos. Nigerians need to take time to understand the new tax reform, consult professionals when necessary, and avoid non-compliance to prevent financial difficulties. Tax experts gave this guidance while explaining the new tax regime. Larry Biley has details.
One of the landmark decisions of the present administration is the new tax regime, initiated to consolidate, overhaul existing tax laws, simplify administration, widen the tax net, and improve revenue collection. Key changes for individuals and businesses include personal income tax, which has tax exemption for low earners and a more progressive tax rates. Gains from the disposal of digital or virtual assets like cryptocurrencies is now subject to capital gains tax. Increased transparency, accountability, where tax authority will have broader powers to recover unpaid taxes.
It's going to encourage economic development, and vis-a-vis the tax to GDP ratio is going to be enhanced if given the necessary support.
Don't forget that not until 2019, when we have the Finance Act, that was when we were able to have a lot of streamlining activities. But with the new tax law, if we have the proper implementation of it, it will definitely contribute to the growth of the country, and every citizen will definitely benefit from it.
Other features include new tax authority. The Nigerian Revenue Service, NRS, replaces the FIRS. The regime mandates TIN usage, that is TIN, for transactions, and requires e-invoicing and real-time VAT reporting for registered businesses. Also, zero-rated essential goods and services remain exempted from VAT. Experts are urging taxpayers to review their financial status so they can stay informed and compliant on the new tax regime. In Lagos, Larry Bileyi, NTA News.
Moving on, media professionals from the academia are canvassing for proper regulation of the journalism profession to reduce quackery and redefine parameters for practice to promote lawful conduct. The report.
In the world driven by an avalanche of media content circulating all over social media, especially where user-generated content, blogs, and all sorts of individuals assume the role of journalists, some media professionals from the nation's ivory towers express their views on what they say there's need to sanitize the practice of journalism, while calling for policies to harmonize the journalistic profession.
Journalists are people who have undergone either on-the-job training or formal training. Many of the so-called social media people are not journalists. They are information processors. To say the least, I call them information traffickers. Because you just go on the radio or television, you make some presenter. You are a radio or television presenter. You are not a journalist. But there are some journalists who are also presenters on radio or television. When you see them, you know them. You see the difference, how they handle issues. You see how they balance issues. You see how they deal themselves out of the deal. So journalists are known by their performance. And non-journalists, you can see, you can feel when they talk or when they handle critical issues. They don't know the 4 Ws and the H.
We don't want to be regulated by government. And meanwhile, we are not capable of regulating ourselves. So that's the problem with journalism in Nigeria. If we're capable, if we develop this machinery right from the very beginning, like the law did, like medicine did, we develop the mechanism to regulate and control ourselves. We have not been able to do that for how many 60 years energy has been on. We have not been able to do that.
Journalism, experts say, is a noble profession that commands global recognition and respect. However, stakeholders recommend the need to ensure ethical practice of the profession for national peace and stability. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Lagos. Nationwide continues in Abuja with Ogochukuka after the break.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, NTA remains Nigeria's trusted voice.
The year 2025 was an eventful one, full of programs aimed at uplifting Nigerian women and the girl child, and marked by commitments to meet the yearnings of women. Over to Ngozi Technical for highlights of major happenings in the outgoing year 2025.
The year 2025 came with a bang for Nigerian women and citizens, full of celebrations over the Super Falcons' victory against the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco to clinch the Women's African Cup of Nations title for the 10th time.
They were down 2-0 before halftime. Ordinary soul, unless one would have given up. But they came up with perseverance, determination, and consistency.
Your triumph at the 2024 Women African Cup of Nations in Morocco was not just a win, but a testament of resilience, teamwork, and determination. You played with passion, confidence, and an unshakable belief in yourselves that it is not over until it is over.
For Nigerian women to keep it up, we are really proud of our achievements. Being a sportswoman myself, I'm also very, very proud and delighted about how this year has been a very amazing 2025.
Empowerment programs stopped activities for Nigerian women. Notable initiatives include the Renewed Hope Social Impact Intervention Project, aimed to empower 50 million women across sectors who will generate up to $1 trillion into the nation's gross domestic product. Also, the federal government's steering committee for Women's Scale-Up project that targets 4 million low-income women across 36 states and the FCT for empowerment. Another milestone reached by Nigerian women in 2025 includes official launch of the Third National Action Plan, NAP3, on the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325 on women, peace and security. Highlights for 2025 include training in the agro-value chain to boost food security through greenhouse farming, preservation, processing and marketing.
Nigeria is blessed with abundant land and natural resources, and we must utilize these blessings to ensure food security for all our citizens.
It's designed to address the systematic barriers that women face in the agro space so that they're not just participating, but they're actually making a lot of money. That is Mr. President's goal. In doing so, in ensuring that women are economically empowered, we can address our social, political, and economic challenges that we face as women in Nigeria.
We are going to cascade this training knowledge we have learned here to our community.
There was also a program for women in Nigeria's oil and gas sector to promote participation in the energy sector. Other programs include the Presidential High-Level Advisory Council meeting to drive women's economic empowerment and national development. The ministry observes international events like the International Day of the Girl Child and 16 days of activism on eliminating violence against women and girls. Beyond empowerment programs, There is a desire for more inclusion of women in governance. Many support the campaign for reserved seats for women.
Every day there is a space opening among ministries, departments, and agencies. One agency, the DG's tenure has ended. Can we start replacing it with women who are capable? That's the advocacy the Minister of Women Affairs should have taken to the President to say, Mr. President, we have a national gender policy. Because that's how women in appointive position can be encouraged to. That's how we can have inclusive governance system.
The year, however, was not without a challenge, as a misunderstanding that arose in the ministry was later resolved amicably. Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
And similarly, the year 2025, under the administration of the present FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, witnessed a change in the landscape of the nation's capital city. This follows the provisions of network of roads and interchanges at strategic locations, thereby ensuring free flow of traffic and easy connectivity within the different districts of the city. In this report, Onoze Yakubu x-rays the infrastructure drive of the Nyesom Wike-led administration in 2025.
The outer southern expressway from the Villa roundabout to the Area 1 roundabout has been completed and opened for motoring public. This is with the two interchanges connecting Asokoro and other neighboring districts. Some other network of routes which have positive impacts on the lives of the residents have also been completed and inaugurated within the city center and satellite towns in the year under review. This development, residents believe, has not only changed the narratives on infrastructure development, but has also improved the economic potentials of the city. Residents, however, commend President Bola Tinubu for supporting the FCT administration in making Abuja a model city. Away from the road projects and in a bid to ensure eco-friendly transportation system, the Nyesom Wike-led administration constructed and inaugurated bus terminals in Mabushi and Kubo, with the one at the Central Business District still under construction. Although the terminals are yet to begin operation, stakeholders applaud their provision, saying it is a welcome development. The education sector also received attention with the rehabilitation of no fewer than 100 schools across the Federal Capital Territory to enhance the conducive learning environment for the pupils and students.
This is a very huge intervention by the Honorable Minister of the FCT to Education Secretariat, which we never expect. When we look at the budget content, what is contained in the budget of 2024 and 2025. I think in the whole state of the Federation, there's no state that can be able to spend that huge amount of money on education.
The FCT administration, in line with the renewed hope agenda of the president, began a process of providing potable water to the residents. This is as the administration flag off greater Abuja water supply projects within the city center and suburbs. To ensure better illumination of the city at night, the Operation Light Up Abuja project was initiated, with the impact already being felt, with replacement of the conventional lights with the solar-powered street lights within the nooks and crannies of the city. More impactful projects await the residents of the territory, as stakeholders reaffirm that FCT is the model and face of the Renewed Hope initiative of President Bola Tinubu's administration, as Abuja continues to remain work in progress. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Katsina state government has taken delivery of 15 brand new intensive care emergency ambulances to strengthen healthcare delivery and emergency response across the state. The development forms part of the ongoing efforts by the administration of Governor Diko Umar Rada to transform the health sector. Awal Haliru reports.
The ambulances procured under the State Emergency Medical Services and Ambulance System are equipped with modern life support equipment, including oxygen units, patient monitors, and resuscitation facilities to handle critical emergencies and save lives. Chief of Staff Government House Abdulkadir Muhammad Nasser, who received the vehicles, described the development as another fulfilled promise of the administration.
In the spirit of having a human face to governance and fulfilling promises undertaken during the electioneering campaign to purchase 15 units of ambulances that will be stationed along the major highways in and around the state.
The ambulances will operate 24 hours daily and will be stationed along highways, within communities and at major health facilities to ensure rapid response to emergencies and save lives.
Governor Dukorada, you have provided another marking scheme, because this is a marking scheme in governance. You say one thing and you do exactly what you say.
A coordinated management framework involving relevant authorities will ensure effective deployment and supervision as the ambulances are to be rolled out in phases across the state. In Katsina, Awal Halaru, NTN.
As part of our continuous efforts to ensure seamless healthcare delivery, Borno State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency has commenced an evaluation of selected health facilities where enrollees of the formal sector health insurance scheme will access medical services. Ijapari Joseph will now tell us more on how the launch of the formal sector scheme is faring.
The evaluation exercise, which is expected to cover full functional health facilities across the state, is aimed at brainstorming and identifying ways to improve the quality of healthcare delivery through the formal sector scheme. Earlier, Commissioner for Health, Professor Babamalam Gana, described the assessment as a routine review that should be carried out regularly, noted that such reviews should help strengthen the healthcare system and improve service delivery.
We have already demonstrated through digitization of our 1,000 estate PHC that it's really beneficial to not only to the patients but also to the staff.
We have looked at the facilities and we'll put heads together to strengthen certain things so that we'll perfect the places for the takeoff.
The only gap that we think that it is very, very important is that of the human resource for health, especially for the doctors and for the nurses. And this one too, the Honorable Commissioner has already given us his own assurances.
At the State Specialist Hospital Maiduguri, the agency inspected a designated section where beneficiaries under the Bojma Formal Sector Scheme will be attended to. The area includes 4 consulting rooms, toilets and offices for vulnerable groups. At the Umaru Shehu Ultramodern Hospital, the agency evaluated a ward with a capacity of over 20 beds alongside offices and consulting rooms. The facilities are expected to undergo reconstruction and are hoped to be put into use next year. In Maiduguri, Japari Joseph, NCA News.
Thank you, Japari. We now link up with Abubakar Musa, live also in Maiduguri, for more on Borno State's healthcare delivery and its facilities. All right, Abubakar, so tell us what key benchmark is Borno's Contributory Healthcare Management Agency is using in evaluating and determining whether facilities are truly ready to deliver quality care to former sector enrollees. Let's hear from you.
All right, thank you very much, Ogo, and compliments of the season to you. Let me begin by telling you that the citizenry of Borno are not surprised that a release of the formal sector of the social health insurance scheme are going to access medical services. The reason is because the government of the day in the state has accorded utmost priority to the health sector right from inception. Though this particular health intervention is unprecedented in the history of the state under a political dispensation, the whole idea behind it is basically for enrollees and their dependents to have affordable and accessible health care services to enable them contribute significantly to societal and by extension national development. So far, about 15% of the target beneficiaries have been enrolled into the health insurance scheme, and more people are expected to be covered in no distant time. I must also tell you that the project, that's this particular project we're talking about, is devoid of political, religious, and tribal differences. Once you are eligible, then you are just good to go.
Thank you very much, Abubakar, there. 15% of
all right.
the targeted.
Okay, I meant to understand that I'm to hand over to our Maiduguri studio where Wadiam is standing by. It's over to you, Wadiam.
Abubakar, and welcome to the Maiduguri studios. Now, the Borno state government has identified the Sangaya education system as a critical pillar for recovery and sustainable development. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum stated this while inaugurating the 20th Higher Islamic College in Gubiu, one of the 104 mega schools constructed by the state government, alongside other projects. Mohammed Goni reports.
The Portrait Classroom High Islamic College in Gubiu is designed to integrate Sangaya learners, school dropouts, and overgrown children into formal education. Also inaugurated was the 3 blocks of 9 classrooms at Gubiu 2 Junior Day Secondary School, constructed under the World Bank-supported Agile program aimed at providing safe and inclusive learning spaces, particularly for adolescent girls.
The commissioning of this Higher Islamic College in Gubiu underscores our firm commitment to building an inclusive education system, a response to the spiritual, intellectual, and socio-economic needs of our people.
Governor Zulum announced plan to employ 600 teachers for the 20 higher Islamic colleges across the state. Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Nana Kilbe, highlighted major educational achievements including the construction of 104 mega schools, rehabilitation of 1,087 classrooms, works in 40 additional schools, and restoration of 30 flood-affected.
These efforts have reduced our number of out-of-school children from 2.2 million in 2019 to less than 800,000 today.
Gubiu local government chairman Mali Bulama Mali said Governor Zulum's projects have restored hope in the area, citing improvements in security, health and infrastructure. Goodwill messages came from Senator Muhammad Tahir Munguno, elder statesman Bulama Mali Gubiu, and State Assembly member Kubo Moruma, who commended the governor's people-centered projects pledged to maintain the facility. Governor Zulum also inaugurated the Gubiu oil mill, alongside other projects executed by the local government council, including shopping complex and a 10-bed capacity clinic in Gubiu, headquarters of Gubiu local government. Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And still talking projects, Governor Babagana Umar Zulum says existing institutional mechanisms will be strengthened to ensure the sustainability and proper maintenance of projects being executed by the Borno state government. The governor made this known while inspecting several ongoing projects in Gubiu and Magumeri local government areas as part of his 2-day official working visits to the areas. Again, Mohammed Goni reports.
As part of his engagement in Gubiu, Professor Zulum inspected the General Hospital Gubiu, where work has reached an advanced stage of completion. The governor also reiterated his earlier approval of 100% salary increase for medical doctors willing to work in hard-to-reach communities, as well as a 40% increase.
Because human resources for health is one of our nightmares in this administration. On investigation, I found out that INGO's facilities are being manned by medical doctors. Why? Because of the FRS. INGOs pay better than states from FRS.
Other projects inspected include Government Day Secondary School Gubiu, one of the designated centers of excellence in northern Borno, where the governor assured of adequate support, including provision of additional laboratories to ensure a smooth take-off of the school. He also inspected the ongoing construction of Ruga settlement, where he expressed dissatisfaction with the slow pace of work. Briefing newsmen, Governor Zulum said the visit was aimed at interfacing with security personnel to address prevailing security challenges in the area, in addition to inauguration of key projects in Gubiu and Magumeri. At Magumeri, the governor inaugurated the judges' residence and newly constructed structures at the Central Primary School in Magumeri, facilitated by the member representing the area at the National Assembly. Also inaugurated was the Shehu of Borno's Lodge, located within the residence of the district head of Magumeri in Maiduguri. Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Maiduguri.
You're still on to Nationwide, and welcome to Jos. Governor Caleb Mutfwang says investing in the security architecture of the state is a priority that must be met towards tackling insecurity in parts of the state. He stated this during the personal parade of personnel of the community-based security outfit, codenamed Operation Rainbow in Jos. Ndayang and Ebagang reports.
The community-based security outfit Operation Rainbow is part of strategy by the state government to provide security structure at the community level towards enhancing intelligence support, protect communities, and a rapid response to emerging security threats. It is in this regard that another batch of 1,450 persons were trained. The personal parade, therefore, is the formal induction of the trainees into Operation Rainbow. Governor Mutfwang says security remains the bedrock for sustainable development and urged them to adhere to the rule of law, human rights, and the principles of responsible engagement with civilians. He emphasized that Operation Rainbow is an all-inclusive security outfit meant to protect all citizens irrespective of ethnic or religious background.
I commend your dedication and commitment to producing a disciplined, capable, and community-focused security force that will man our borders and safeguard our communities round the clock.
The coordinator of Operation Rainbow, Brigadier General Gaji Shipi, says the recruits were trained in tactical drills and community defense models, serving as first line of protection for their communities.
Boots on the ground is very vital in any kind of operation, whether military or intelligence driven. We need people on the ground, and these trainees today have given us that, that desired enabler.
In Jos, Ndenyan and Abujang, NTA News.
Federal government's drive to empower thousands of youths in the country with skills and job opportunities is receiving a boost as 100 youths selected across Plateau State graduated from a 6-month modern masonry training program. Priscilla Grumnan has details.
The Nigerian Skills Qualification Level 2 program is funded by the World Bank and supported by the Federal Ministry of Education in partnership with states to foster skills acquisition. The project, which is in collaboration with Porter 7, an accredited firm by the Nigerian Building Institute, targets over 75,000 young artisans who will step down the skills acquired to other qualified youths. Beneficiaries were taken through various courses, including setting out building foundations, erecting structures, repairing and rectifying damaged structures, site teamwork, worker health and safety protocols.
We have new skills that we acquire sincerely, so we really appreciate. We thank God.
We now know the technical terms to use. We now also know how to interact with other people on site.
We also have the Tibet 1, which is pioneered, which is run solely by the Federal Ministry of Education.
There's a lot of construction work everywhere, a lot of building collapses, a lot of quackery here and there. We want to build a new narrative.
Stakeholders at the event urged the trainees to apply the skills acquired diligently to enable them pursue careers in building profession.
These young men and ladies have been given the equipment to do their job, and I'm sure when they go to the other side, they're going to do it well.
We are part of the first group of people to undergo NSQ, and subsequently it is going to become the official skill certificate for my own students.
Certificates of competence were presented to the trainees along with construction tools as startup support. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide continues with Ogo in Abuja.
Thank you very much, Mary. In a decisive move to promote fairness, transparency and consumer protection in commercial activities, the Jigawa state government has launched a unified standard market measure to end sharp practices and protect both buyers and sellers. Muhammad Musa Askira reports that the initiative was launched at the Shuared markets in Kiawa local government area.
With the introduction of the standardized measures, all traders in Jigawa State are now required to adopt the approved market measures. This development is expected to eliminate the use of non-standard measuring containers and sacks, which authorities say have been exploited to shortchange traders and consumers. Stakeholders commended the initiative, describing it as timely and necessary for restoring confidence, fairness and justice between buyers and sellers in the market. Governor Umar Namadi, who was represented at the event by his deputy Aminu Usman Gumel, said the initiative is part of the administration's broader commitments to improving the welfare and living conditions of the people of Jigawa State. On his part, the chairman of the Jigawa State Consumer Protection Council disclosed that the council has developed measures to ensure full compliance, warning that any violation of the directive will attract severe penalties.
We already have a council which the state government has instituted, that is a Consumer Protection Council, that will be moving around the markets in order to see that this standard measure that we have launched today, that it will be into use to all our markets. Those that are going to be defaulters, many measures, serious measures will be taken.
The Jigawa state government said the unified market measures will strengthen consumers' confidence, enhance commercial integrity and promote a fair trading environment across the state. In Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
Yobe State has developed a climate change policy to serve as a guiding principle for decision-making, planning, implementation and monitoring of all climate-related actions in the state. The state is now the third after Kano and Kaduna, who have developed such policy amid global commitments to tackling climate change-related challenges. Yunusa Suleiman has details.
60-page policy document developed through extensive engagement with key stakeholders across multiple sectors provides the state with a sense of direction and a legal and institutional framework for addressing climate change challenges and other related issues. Governor Memala Buni commended the Yobe State Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes Agricultural Project for its role in formulating the policy and its relentless efforts to tackle climate change impacts on multiple fronts.
It is all about teamwork, and teamwork is all about coming together, give everyone free hand, let him showcase his potential. Speed of accomplishment can only be achieved through synergy and through collaboration.
What the policy document seeks to achieve is that at every level of government, from the state government to local government level, climate change community representatives within local government council, there should be a climate change committee, and also in each of the sectors, there should be a climate change officer for the policy to be implemented fully.
Let me most importantly commend your effort, your hand-holding, and support under CRF. The Community Development Fund gave about $2.5 million and were distributed across the 17 local governments.
For development partners interested in fighting climate change-related issues, the policy document will serve as a compass for intervention. In Damaturu, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
And let's talk sports now. The House of Representatives Committee on Sports has urged the Super Eagles to remain focused and avoid complacency as they prepare for their quarter-final match at the ongoing 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON. Chairman of the committee, Kabir Ahmadu, in a statement applauding Nigeria's emphatic 1-0 victory over Mozambique in Monday's round of 16 encounter stressed the importance of maintaining concentration on winning the trophy as the tournament enters its decisive stages. The House Sports Committee commends the Super Eagles players and the technical crew for their composure and collective strength so far, which have seen goals produced from all departments of the team. The committee reaffirms the support of the National Assembly and the federal government as the Super Eagles continue their quest for continental glory. And for more stories trending in the sporting world, let's join Olumide Oguntola.
Victor Osimhen's brace and a goal each from Ademola Lookman and Ako Adams were all the Super Eagles needed to cruise into the quarterfinals of the 2025 AFCON taking place in Morocco. The team's opponent, the Mambas of Mozambique, fell flat in the presence of the star-studded Nigerian team, described by some pundits as champions in the waiting.
Congratulations to the Super Eagles of Nigeria once again for a very good job out there today. The boys played amazingly well, they played as a team. This is one of the best football I've seen Nigeria Super Eagles play in a very, very long time.
This was a great game. It was a great game, and I'm really happy that we dispatched the Mozambican side the way we did. We let them know the aminos.
It shows us what Nigeria can do if we are united.
And going forward, I believe if they can put up this performance, it's going to be a good one for them.
For us to keep the same mentality and keep the same drive, and hopefully we'll have the whole of Morocco supporting us as well.
Round of 16 fixtures for Tuesday showed that Algeria takes on Democratic Republic of Congo, while defending champions Côte d'Ivoire lock arms with Burkina Faso, 2013 AFCON silver medalist. In tennis, Maria Shakari defeated Ima Raducanu 3-6, 6-3, 6-1 at the Perth Rock Arena for the first time to send Greece into the quarterfinals of United Cup with a 2-0 win at the expense of Great Britain. Greece will face Switzerland, led by Belinda Bencic and Stan Wawrinka on Wednesday for a place in the semi-finals. With sports update, Olumide Oguntola, NT News.
President Bola Tinubu mourns the passing of 82-year-old Emeritus Professor Seth Sunday Ajayi, a pioneer in wildlife and fisheries management. Contained in a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the late Ajayi, a Kogi State native, made significant contributions to environmental sciences, agriculture, and academia. His research led to breakthroughs in domesticating African wildlife species, boosting animal protein supply, and safeguarding biodiversity. The president notes Ajayi's work earned him global recognition, including the UNEP's Global 500 Roll of Honor in 1994 and Nigeria's National Order of Merit in 2013. President Tinubu extends condolences to Ajayi's family, friends, and the Nigerian environmental sciences community, praying for the repose of his soul. The presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in the 2023 general elections, Prince Adewale Adebayo, has described the death of Senator Godiya Akwashiki as a devastating loss to Nasarawa State, the SDP, and Nigeria as a whole. Receiving the remains of the late lawmaker at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Prince Adebayo described the late senator as a perfect gentleman, a devoted Christian, a loving family man, and a lawmaker who enjoyed the full confidence of his constituents.
Has been a very faithful politician, has been a very committed partner.
Was a performing senator. He has performed excellently well, more than any other person we can think of.
He was a man who the constituency had full confidence in, and many of his colleagues, including the Right Honorable Gaza here, and the former Governor Makura, many people from all walks of life have been testifying. But the more important thing is how the people of his district feel. It's a great loss.
He's been a seasoned legislator, a wonderful father,
and a fantastic husband. It's a great loss to the state.
They explained that Senator Akwashiki left behind a good name and an enduring legacy of service, noting that his contributions to governance and legislative excellence would be remembered for generations. Other speakers lauded him for these good virtues, and they prayed for the repose of his soul. All right, and that's Nationwide today. We want to thank you so much for finding the time to join us. Do have a blessed day.